Let me thank my colleague for yielding and say, thank goodness that we're finally here. Over 100 days, trying to come to an agreement on how to do the right thing for our men and women in the military, fighting for our freedom and our safety and our security right here at home. I asked myself, why? What have we done over the last 100 plus days? And why hasn't it taken this long? And there's one image that keeps coming back to me, and it's from my friend, the chairman of the committee, and it's his favorite saying. There are a lot of members who've been posing for holy pictures over the last 100 plus days. The gentleman knows exactly what I'm talking about. Put yourself in the shoes of our men and women fighting in Iraq, fighting in Afghanistan, and elsewhere around the world. And think about the message that we have sent them over the last 100 plus days. We sent them there to do a job. We sent them there on a mission. And yet, for the last 3.5 months, we've had a debate going on here that has undermined their effort, lowered their morale, and clearly sent the wrong message to our allies and to our enemies. But thank goodness that we're finally here. We have no artificial deadlines. We have no surrender dates. We have no shackles on the generals and our troops on the ground. We're going to give our generals and our troops what they need to win in Iraq. And winning in Iraq is important for our country. And I don't believe that there's a member in this chamber who doesn't understand that winning in Iraq is important to our country. It's been difficult. Mistakes have been made. But think about why we went to Iraq. We went to Iraq to get rid of a brutal dictator who was a threat to his own population and to all of his neighbors. We succeeded. We went to Iraq to eliminate weapons of mass destruction. Of course, they were shipped somewhere else. But we know that they were used against their own Iraqi people. But they're not there. We went there to help install a government, to build a base of democracy in a part of the world that's never known it. We're in the midst of it, and we're succeeding. It's Al-Qaeda, the sworn enemy of the United States, who wants to kill us, who made Iraq the central front in their war with us. And if we don't take on Al-Qaeda in Iraq and defeat them, where will we draw the line? Will we draw the line when they go into Saudi Arabia? Will we draw the line when they try to decimate Israel? Or are we going to wait and draw the line when we're fighting the terrorists here in America? But think once again about those young men and women in our military out there doing their duty for us. We, the Congress of the United States, authorized the President to go to Iraq and to do what I've just outlined. We sent them there. And this last 100 days, we've questioned whether, in fact, we really should have done it. I think it's far too late. They're there. They're on the ground. They deserve our support. And finally, tonight, they're going to get the resources they need to try to win the battle in Iraq. Now, let me just say something about the rest of this bill. The second part of this bill that has some $20 billion worth of additional spending, probably some $8 or $9 billion of non-military, non-veteran spending that does not belong in this bill. It may be well-meaning, it may be well-intentioned, but it doesn't deserve to be put on the backs of our men and women in the military serving our country. It deserves to be done in a regular order. When it comes to that part of the bill, I'm going to have to vote no. To load this bill up with not only all the additional spending, but we've got a half a dozen pension issues. We've got a minimum wage issue. We've got a whole host of other issues that don't deserve to be put on the backs of our men and women in the military. It's a sneaky way to do business. I wish it was not in there. And when on that portion of the bill, I will vote no tonight. But I'm glad that we're here. I know that there are differences in this chamber, members on both sides of the aisle who feel differently about our mission in Iraq and our chances of success there. I know when I came here, and every 2 years since I've been here, on the opening day, we all stand here. We raise our right hands and swear to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. There are a lot of my colleagues who have heard me make this statement, that I didn't come here to be a congressman. I came here to do something. And I think at the top of our list is providing for the safety and security of the American people. That's at the top of our list. And after 3,000 of our fellow citizens died at the hands of these terrorists, when are we going to stand up and take them on? When are we going to defeat them? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if we don't do it now, and then we don't have the courage to defeat this enemy, we will long, long regret it. So thank you for the commitment to get the job done today. I yield back.
The gentleman yields back the balance of his time. The gentleman from Wisconsin.